What's up, guys? I'm on my way to Grandma's marathon. This angle might not be the greatest. First marathon ever, contrary to the popular belief. For the last 10 years, people are always like, you run marathons, right? Or you used to run marathons, right? Nope, never run a marathon. First one. I'm extremely excited. I'm less nervous than I thought I'd be. I'm sure once I see Duluth and get through the expo, I'm probably going to be shaking in my boots just because. But yeah, training has gone really well. I have no complaints. I don't feel quite as fresh and snappy during this last couple week taper phase as I thought I would. That's probably the only thing, but it's more mental. As soon as I start running, I know I'm going to feel great, like 99.9%. Going into training, I was shooting for like a 3:30 marathon, but as training progressed, I thought 3:25 was likely in the cards. Maybe 3:20. Obviously, if I start out at 3:25 or 3:24 pace, going much quicker than 3:20 is impossible. So, yeah, I'm shooting for 7:45 per mile, which means usually GPSs track the course as longer than they are. And you'd have to run the tangents absolutely 100% perfectly for it to be spot on. 7:49 per mile would be 3:25. If I run 7:45, so 4 seconds quicker, and I run the tangents 1000% correct, I'd run pretty close to 3:23 flat, but it would give me a buffer of about 0.23 miles if the course is 26.45 or less, according to my GPS. If I run 7:45s, I'll hit that 3:25 mark. I did buy a pair of Alpha Flies. I'm on the fence about using them. I've only done 2 training runs in them. About 11.7 miles total. I would have liked to have done more training runs in them to make sure they don't rub my heel wrong or give me blisters or anything, but they feel very fast. Definitely can see why they're supposed to be 4% quicker, because on my mile repeats I do 10 to 15 seconds quicker while maintaining the same effort, or even less effort, to be honest, based off heart rate and feel. But yeah, I'll take some videos of my trip. I'm driving now. I got my self-drive on. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but there's no traffic right now. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes out. Weather tomorrow looks to be pretty good. Should be sunny. About 53 at the start and 63 at the finish with low humidity. Actually high humidity but low dew point, which is good because no one cares about humidity if they know what they're talking about. All that matters is the dew point. But a high humidity, which it's supposed to be at the start, actually is good because moist air is less dense than dry air, as long as the dew point's low, which should be around upper 40s to 50, around 50 dew point for the race, which is pretty dry. Not going to go into the science with dew point versus humidity. It's kind of confusing. You'd have to look it up, and I'm not an expert on it, but I know dew point's all that matters. But ideally, maybe it'd be a few degrees cooler, like 5 to 7 degrees cooler, but it could be a lot warmer too. And like 53 at the start, like that's gonna feel very comfortable. 63 at the finish, it's gonna start to feel warm. Hopefully not too bad, but could be a lot worse. Should be a crosswind because it's a point-to-point course. So if the wind's on your back the whole time, it's gonna help you. If it's in your face the whole time, it's gonna hurt you. It should be a crosswind, so negative impact, and it should be minimal, like maybe like 5 to 10 miles an hour for most of the race. Maybe gusting a little higher later in the race, but for the most part, like around 10, maybe 10 miles an hour average, which is, I'll probably barely feel it, especially since there's trees on the side of the road. It's gonna be coming not from the lake, so it's not gonna be a cool breeze. It's gonna be coming from away from the lake, so it should be a quote-unquote warm breeze. But with the temperatures in the mid to upper 50s on average, it wouldn't be that warm. It should be pretty comfortable, and the trees should block it. But yeah, goal is to start with the 3:25 pacer. But I will say, if I do wear my Alpha Flies, I just gotta say, like, I almost feel like if I run 3:24.59 or 3:24 anything, I'll feel like I cheated, because I know they're quicker than my endorphin speeds I was gonna wear. I feel like if they're 4% quicker, I'd run like a 3:17. So I might target a quicker time, but also my first marathon, like a lot of people in their first marathon go quicker than what they should, and that's bad. And I always said that won't be me. I'm not going to be cocky and go quicker. But at the same time, not even trying to be cocky, but just realistic, part of me feels like I can go quicker, even with the endorphin speeds and not the Alpha Fly. Some part of me felt like maybe I should even shoot for 320, like realistically based off training, not being cocky. But so that is the thing, is I don't actually know what I can do. But yeah, luckily the race isn't today because it's supposed to be raining. It was actually raining very, very hard at my house this morning. But then the sun came out for the last couple hours, and now I'm about an hour away, and it just suddenly got very cloudy and looks like rain. So yeah, I don't want, I'm not being cocky at all. I should end this because it's already too long. But if I end up, obviously, so for people that don't know running, they say a lot of people say the marathon, even though it's 26.2 miles, it's really a halfway point is 20 miles, because the first 20 you can run, and then the last 6.2 is the hard part, and you hit the wall after 20. But like, I'm really curious to see how that goes, because part of me feels like I'll end up closing around in the 7:30s, but another part of me, like, I don't want to be cocky. So I'm just gonna end it there. But yeah, in training I've done, my longest run was 20 miles. I wasn't gonna go that far, but it was at 18 and a half, and I decided to keep going. Felt really good. Was pretty beat up afterwards. Took a couple of weeks to recover. I still ran, but it was hard. But I felt good during. But I've probably done maybe 6 runs at least. I didn't count, but maybe like 6 runs, like 18, 19, 20 miles. I did a 19 and a 20 and a few 18 milers. And which, if that sounds crazy to you, I agree, because back in the day, the most I ever ran was 16.3 miles. And now to me, after doing a few 18 plus milers, 6 or 7 18 mile plus runs, like, it's just like, oh, I got an 18 mile run on the calendar, no biggie, just 18 miles. It's just average, you know, pretty average Sunday. I've been averaging 48 to 50 miles a week for the last 3 months, which the most I ever did back in the day, I was usually around 40, 35, 40, maybe got to like 43, 44 once or twice. That was back in 2017, 2018, so I've done more miles than back then. And usually I do at least 2 workouts a week, sometimes 3. Every other week on average, I've done a workout during my long run, like say half my miles at marathon pace, and then the other one is just like whatever, like pretty fast pace, but like not hitting a certain pace, like 8:30 to 8:45 for my long runs if I'm not shooting for a certain workout or a marathon type split. So and then I've done quite a bit of like most of my other workouts during the week have been like say a 10 to 12 mile run with half the miles at half marathon pace, maybe. So like 5 or 6 miles of that 10 to 12 at half marathon pace, plus a 15 to 19 mile run every weekend, and then probably four to 6 mile runs sprinkled in there. So yeah, and during each week. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'll take some videos here and give my post-race thoughts, but thought I'd do this pre-race video.